that
Mykro waive TV.
we could supply endlessly. I am throwing that out, reinforcing that to the business community here. We need our business community to take greater interest, to apply greater innovation in the energy sector, to bring the cost of energy down in the region. Of course, we have already said harmonizing standards and removing non-tariff barriers within CARICOM. That's largely a government effort, and I give you the assurance that we're going to continue and intensify the work that has already started in this regard. Enhancing financial access for MSMEs, including through the development of the CARICOM Regional Stock Exchange, which, you know, it's underway but that's slow, and improve capital market integration. We have to accelerate digital transformation and cross-border e-commerce to help regional firms, especially smaller ones, scale across markets. And importantly, promoting youth engagement and workforce readiness through integrated training, certification, and labor mobility frameworks. You know, 10 years ago, the challenge in Jamaica would be that we don't have enough jobs. The challenge in Jamaica today is that we don't have enough skilled and trained workers. So it's a good problem to have, but if it is not solved quickly, it becomes a binding constraint on growth. So for us, we must include in our development plan training and youth development, because it is not only a matter of skills of our young people entering the workforce, it is more so a matter of their attitude to work, which is a significant cost to the private sector, because even though you may get your workforce trained, you still have to invest a significant resource in trying to get them to the point where their attitude towards your business and your work is such that it supports your bottom line. So I want the business community to know that CARICOM will be looking generally at training, but we're also very much concerned about the attitude of our young people entering the workforce in terms of the development of pro-social values and pro-growth values, which will support industry with creativity and productivity. These, alongside our core agenda on the CSME, regional security and global trade positioning, represents the essential building blocks of a resilient and competitive CARICOM. So let me once again thank the CPSO and the PSOJ for your steadfast partnership. You are not just stakeholders, you are co-authors of the region's future. I look forward to a productive and forward-looking dialogue this morning. And Adam, will you wave at the plane? The flight arrived on time.
A rousing round of applause for the incoming chair of CARICOM. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. So we know that our heads of government and heads of delegation are very strapped for time and will have to momentarily be leaving us. However, as we are engaged as partners and all have been aligned on this theme of engagement, we hope you can stay with us just a few minutes longer while we start the open dialogue, which will be led by our chairman of CPSO, Gervais.
we ran late, but we have a magical moment. So I don't know if anyone has questions, comments, even if heads of delegations have questions or comments you'd like to share with the private sector or vice versa. There are microphones in the room. Please come forward and share. I thought, Brian, you were coming to say something. But this, let's not miss out on this opportunity to really form some strong engagement. So, who's first up? Oh, you can give the microphone to Jennifer here from Tropical Shipping. I know she has things to say. This is what will happen. I start to call on people, so.
Good morning. Listen, good morning. Thank you, sir. After my Prime Minister speak and, my Jamaican heritage comes out, I give protocol to him, so I'm shutting up. He said everything that needs to be said. Thank you, PM. Mr. Chair, I bring greetings to all of us here today. My colleagues from Seaboard are here. We were in the fight to make it known very clearly that the Caribbean is a good place to do business. We don't have to beg. This idea of who we are as a group of people, and I could not have said it any better or described what Patrick Antoine was able to do. We came together as a force to say that the U.S. is truly a good trading partner. But the Caribbean is number 4. Largest trading partner, non-oil, in terms of what we export, or what we purchase to bring to the region. As a Caribbean shipping line, we came together and we said this fight was ours. The private sector had to take the lead in this. We asked for tangible data, information that made sense, and then we calculated $94 billion worth of trade. And you know who were the top 3 behind the Caribbean? The folks who the U.S. has a recent agreement. They call it Mexico, Canada, and someplace else. This Caribbean has to be able to agree on a set of principles. And those principles were really, I think, what shaped the success, but also what we were able to lean on in terms of the leadership from the CARICOM member states. And we did it. So the question that I asked myself, as a regionalist, and a very proud heritage, I was born in Jamaica, but I was raised in the U.S. Virgin Islands. St. Croix is my home. And here was what made the Caribbean, I think, the success story, was when the U.S. Virgin Islands was beginning to shift from an agribusiness, an agri-industry, into what we call then the industrial base. Do you know where they came to recruit workers? Jamaica. My father worked in Alcan, in the bauxite plant, and his purpose was to do 2 things. Was to take care of his children and to raise us to a place where we become contributors. St. Croix is repositioning itself because oil is, the refinery is no longer in existence. It's called PDVSA back then in Venezuela and Hess Oil. The recruitment of workers came from Guyana, Trinidad, and Suriname. And I keep hearing these familiar countries again coming together. My philosophy as a businesswoman is that we have the capacity to do it. But we are going to have to be realistic about how we approach the U.S. My colleague, Wazim Maula, is here. He's a Guyanese, by the way, and one of the most well-known and respected Caribbean leader in Washington, D.C. When we had to do what we had to do to save on the tariff, we agreed that we were going in with a position of strength, that we were going to go in as a collaborative force because we knew what we were able to say to the U.S. government. We did it. I say let's do it again. The only thing that I want to encourage us to do, and this is not my saying, I was looking for something, and someone sent me this and it says, think big. This is the shrimp industry telling the United States, think big. We are able to think big, act big, because we're big.
Thank you, gentlemen. Anybody? William, have food right here, please.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Temu Holness, aka the CRI.
Yeah, before you leave, I have to make this point because it's really. Before you leave, I made this point at the very first meeting of the PSOJ executive.
Did you choose that? Just talk loud.
So I made a point at that very first meeting in relation to what my own personal view about integration in CARICOM was going to be on the integration of the people, and the single market and economy should have complete freedom of movement of people. I know it's a very sore topic sometimes, but you, in your comments here, you made a point about the issues with relation to our labor force. There are opportunities for us even to look at Haiti as a place for us to find people to work in our factories, work in our farms. We cannot get sugarcane cutters here in Jamaica, and we need to find ways to bring people into Jamaica to work in some of these areas. There can be some measured arrangements put in place, and I believe the time is now. We must integrate people and allow movement of people throughout the region of Holness.
We'll address this at the press conference today.
Okay, fantastic.
One of the legacies of Cricket World Cup was a system to allow people to come into one country and be able to move freely into the rest of the countries. Somehow we decided after the World Cup.
Hey! Great.